Welcome to Fix It Grammar. This year you can enjoy learning grammar by seeing how it works in real life in a story. So, we are going to organize our work. You should have gotten a student packet, and you can 3-hole punch that packet and put it in a binder, or you can store it in a folder. But I would definitely suggest putting it in something that keeps all the pages straight. You're also going to need a notebook so that you can write down the definition and the fixing part afterwards. So, let's get started. Each day we are going to have a different sentence. At the beginning of the week, I am going to give you a lesson. I will show you how to correct the sentence based on the lesson, and then you will by yourself go through the sentence in your student notebook and correct it like I have. Then every day after that for 4 days, you will do just one sentence, fixing the errors. And then on Friday, we will go through and make sure that you have found all of the errors. And then you will rewrite everything neatly in a notebook. Make sure when you rewrite the passage that you're double spaced. You do not copy the markings, just the story. Therefore, if we cross things out, you're not going to copy that. You're just going to copy how it looks correctly. The story. Be careful to indent where indicated and use capital letters properly. Carefully copy the punctuation and use end marks. So for week 1, we are going to start with nouns, homophones, and end marks. Since this is the first day, there are several things you need to know to get started. But do not worry, they are easy. Read through the few sentences and the few items with me, and then we are going to do day 1, passage 1. So the first thing I want you to think about is indent. Notice the indent symbol at the beginning of the day 1 sentence in your student booklet and in my sentence. This is a paragraph mark, and it means that this sentence needs to start a new paragraph with an indent. In a later lesson, you will learn the rules for when to begin a new paragraph. For now, all you have to do is watch for the paragraph marks. Whenever you see one at the start of a sentence, be sure to start a new paragraph when you copy the sentence into your notebook on Friday. Do not copy the symbol in your rewrite. Nouns. Grammarians have sorted words into different categories, and you can learn how to do it too. They call these labels parts of speech. This week you will look for nouns. Label them by printing a little N over each one. Nouns are things, people, animals, places, and ideas. To determine if a word is a noun, apply these 2 tests, which work best for objects and animals. First, ask yourself, is it countable? And next ask, can an article come in front of it? Now we haven't done articles yet, but articles are the words the, a, and. So if the word the, a, or and can come in front of the word, it probably is going to be a noun. So let's move on to homophones. Homophones are words that sound alike but are spelled differently and have different meanings. Where indicated with underlining, choose the correct homophone for there, or there by crossing out the incorrect words. Use there when it is indicating a place, here or there. Use there when it belongs to someone, and there when it is a contraction, meaning they are. So what they're saying is that they have the word there, which has here, which is a place. They have the word there, which is they and are put together. And then they have the word there, which has the word I, which means they're talking about a person. So they're saying make sure that when you look at the sentences, pick the one that fits correctly. So that means you have to think about what each one means. The next thing is end marks. You have likely learned that each sentence must have an end mark. End marks are missing in this week's sentences. Decide which kind of end mark, period, question mark, or exclamation point, each sentence needs and add it on. So those are the main things we're going to be working on this week. So what I've done is I've put N for nouns, H for homophones, and then I've drawn the 3 types of punctuation. As I go through, I'm going to make sure that I check it off when I see it and complete it. Now, they also have a word that's going to be in bold. So you might see your sentence on your workbook, and you'll notice that you might have one word that's a little darker than the others. If my word bed was that one word, the first thing I would do before I did anything with the sentence was I would write number 1, if this is week 1, first sentence for the week, and then I would write the word bed. And then I would define, I would look up what bed means. So I'm going to just say a place to sleep, and that would be my definition. Now, after I do that, which I'm going to do every single day, there'll be one word you have to define, then I can move on to doing my noun, homophone, and punctuation. So let's go back and look at the sentence. I've given you a sample one. This is going to be different than what you see in your student workbook, and you'll notice I do this every week so that you'll have a separate example to look at before you get started on your own. So this has a paragraph, a new paragraph sign. So that means when you write it over, you're going to indent. How did you find the 2 cats hiding under the bed? Well, this is something that if someone said that to me, I would have to tell them an answer. So therefore, I'm going to put a question mark because it is a question in their asking. The next thing that you're going to look for is homophones. So I see here there's 2, 2, and 2. So let's write these words down here. 2, 2, and 2. This 2 is I'm going to the store. This 2 is the number 2. And this 2 is too much. So we're going to see which one makes the most sense. How did you find the 2? Is it 2 the number? Maybe 2 going to the store cats? No. Too much cats? No. It's going to be 2 the number. Cats hiding under the bed. I've done my homophones, I can check it off. My last thing I need to do is find the nouns. How did you find the 2 cats, cats is a thing, hiding under the bed? Bed is a thing. And that is all you need to do. So you're going to go into your student booklet. You are going to each day do only one sentence, and you're going to find the nouns, the homophones if they have them, and the punctuation. And you're also going to do all of the definitions for all of the bolded words. And then we will meet back again Friday to make the corrections.